Hi, my lovely students. Today we're going to look at metric length. Now, we're used to inches and yards and feet and miles, but in the metric system, we use meters, and those meters are split into different parts, basically. A meter is almost like a yard. It's a little bit longer. So if you touch your nose and you spread your arms out to your fingertips, that's about a meter. A decimeter is 1/10 of that, so you would take the meter and break it into 10 parts. A centimeter is a meter broken into 100 parts, and a millimeter is a meter broken into 1,000 parts. So millimeters are very small. This direction, they get large. A decameter takes 10 meters to make a decameter. A hecto takes 100 meters, and a kilometer takes 1,000. So if we're measuring a long distance, a kilometer is what we're going to use instead of miles. Now, in 5th grade, we really just have to be concerned with these measurements: the centimeter, the millimeter, the meter, and the kilometer. So I'm going to put this aside, and we're just going to work with those units for right now. So if I have 16 centimeters, and I look on my measurement chart, it tells me that 1 centimeter is 10 millimeters, sorry. So I'm going to make my T-chart. We just said 1 centimeter is 10 millimeters, so I am getting larger. That means I am multiplying times 10. 16 times 10 is, 16 times 1 is 16, add on a 0. So it is 10 times what centimeters are. The metric system is all based on 10, so it's really probably easier than our American system, but Americans just don't want to use it. Okay, here is another problem. How many centimeters, 600 centimeters is how many meters? If we look at our measurement chart, 1 meter is 100 centimeters. So here's centimeters and meters, 100 of these to make up 1 meter. Those are getting a whole lot smaller, so I am dividing by 100. So if I have 600 divided by 100, that would just make 6 meters. Next, this one's a little different. This has a decimal. Do not panic. We can still do this. Here's kilometers. Here's meters. Now, we know that 1 kilometer is 1,000 meters. So I'm going to go ahead and put that measurement down. I am multiplying because I'm getting a whole lot bigger. There's a whole lot more meters than kilometers. So I'm just going to use the whole number first. 4 times 1,000 is 4,000. Now you can do this a couple of different ways. You can know, and what you should, 0.5 is a half. So I have a half of 1,000, which is 500 more. Whoops, that's not 500. 500 more. So my answer would be 4,500. Or you can look at the decimal, and if we know we're multiplying by 1,000, I move that decimal place 1, 2, 3 spots because it has 3 zeros. So I could just start, I'm going to write it up here so you can see it better. I'm going to start here and go 1, 2, 3, add on zeros, and put my decimal point at the end. Both ways work. I do not care which way you do it. Whatever's easy for you. Okay, let's do one more. This is millimeters and centimeters. So here's millimeters, here's centimeters. We know it takes 10 millimeters to make 1 centimeter. So I am dividing by 10. I'm getting smaller. Well, if I have 24 and I divide that by 10, let's see what happens here. 24 divided by 10 is 2. But I have a remainder, so I need to add a decimal point and a 0. Bring your decimal point up, bring the 0 down. How many 10s are in 40? 4. So my answer would be 2.4. We can't have a remainder here. Okay, it can't be 2 like remainder 4. It doesn't work that way. We have to make it into a decimal. So my answer would be 2.4.